Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to teach you how to mix light skin tones, medium skin tones, and some deep skin tones, all using just primary colors. So the only colors we're going to use to mix today are red, blue, yellow, and then also white and black. You don't need to stress about buying all the different colors when you go to the store. As long as you have your primary colors, you can mix pretty much any color in the rainbow. So yeah, we're gonna start off by mixing some red and some white together. I'm gonna start with a bunch of white here. And then I'm gonna add in a little bit of red and mix those together. And in terms of how I mix, I just swirl my brush back and forth. Sometimes I make little figure eights and I try and scoop up all the paint that's come to the ends and just keep mixing until it gets nice and smooth. And then I also rotate my brush just a little bit while I'm mixing. But yeah, our first tone is going to be this pinkish color. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a swatch of that here. And a lot of skin tones have pinkish undertone, so it's nice to have a good pink in your painting arsenal. Next, I'm going to grab some yellow and blend it in with the red and white that I just mixed. And that's really all I'm going to do for our next swatch. It's just going to be the yellow, the white, and the red mixed together. And then continuing on, I'm just going to keep adding a little bit of white here, as well as a little bit more yellow and a bit more white and a bit more yellow until I get a bit of a warmer tone. So this is going to be more of a yellowish undertone to the skin. And these three swatches, the first three, you can use them all together when you're painting. So here's my third swatch here, and as you can see, just by adding a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow, you get quite a big difference. And then for this last swatch here, I'm just going to add in a bunch more white. So it's just going to be the first three swatches plus a bit more white, and that'll be my last swatch there for those lighter tones. And as you can see, this is a nice array of undertones for a lighter skin tone. You have a pinkish tone, a yellow tone, and more of a neutral tone. Okay, so moving right along to our midtones, I'm going to start out by mixing two secondary colors, an orange and a green. They are called secondary colors because they each are mixed by combining two primary colors. So I'm going to start out my first one here by mixing red and yellow, and we got this nice orange color here. Then I'm going to clean my brush off super quick, and my next color that I'm going to mix is going to be green. And then I'm going to mix these two together and add a bit more yellow and a bit more red until I get a nice warm tone. This is more of a mid-tone skin tone. And yeah, as you can see, it's really interesting that skin tones are made up of basically all of the colors of the rainbow. So I'm just going to scoop up my orange here, and then I'm going to add a bit more of the green. And I'm just going to kind of go back and forth between them. I'm also going to add in a bit more yellow as well as a bit more orange until I get kind of a nice warmer tone. And I'm also going to add in a bit more red here because it's kind of not turning out the way I wanted. There we go. A little more back on track, and then a bit more yellow into that. And as you can see, I've already made up this color out of green and orange and red. And it's a nice warm mid-tone skin tone. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a swatch here. And you can see it's quite a bit warmer than my first colors and also more of a mid-tone. Now to that, all I'm going to do is add in a bit of white. And you're going to see that even just adding a bit of white changes the color quite a bit. And it's going to make it a little bit more of a lighter tone, a bit more creamy. And yeah, just going to do that white for this next swatch. And then I will go ahead and do a swatch of this. And you can see just by adding white, it really, really changes the color. And then again here, I'm just gonna add white again and mix it into the tone. So it really goes to show you how much just adding white can change the color. And this has kind of more like a cinnamon color. So I'm gonna take that and do another swatch. And then for my last one, I'm gonna just keep on adding white and show you how that really, really brings up and changes the color. So from orange and green and a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red, we've gotten all these different tones, middle tones. And there's my last one right there. Yeah, it's really interesting that you really only need primary colors to mix such a different range of colors. You can see my first lighter skin tones and then some of my mid-tones here that are a bit warmer. And yeah, just mix from primary. So next we're gonna move on to some deeper tones, and we're gonna start off by mixing some blue and some yellow to make green. And then a bit more of both until I get the right mix here. And it's really interesting that this color starts off as this really powerful green color, and then it's going to totally transform. Yeah, so the next thing I'm going to add to this is red. So red and green make a really beautiful brown color, and that's kind of what I'm after here. So just add a bit more of each until I get the right amount for my first brown. And then I'm going to go ahead and do swatch 9. Now see, I added quite a bit more red to this because it wasn't quite as warm and deep as I wanted, but now I feel like it's getting real nice and close there. So I'm going to do a swatch of this color, this beautiful brown color. And then you can already see how you got your light tones, your mid tones, and now I'm working on the dark tones. So now I'm gonna add some blue and some red to this color, and this is gonna make more of a purplish brown. So more of like a deeper plummy brown. I just love this color. I think it's so beautiful. And when painting deeper skin tones, it's such a nice brown to have that bluey, reddy, purpley kind of tone. Really, really beautiful. So then I'm just gonna take a bit of this and we'll do a swatch of this beside my last swatch. And then I'm just gonna grab some white and show how that really brings out the colors in that brown and brings them up a bit. So this next swatch is just going to be the addition of white only. I'm just gonna twirl my brush a little to mix it, make sure the mix is even, and then we'll do one more swatch here. Now I'm going to clean off my brush just to clean off the excess paint that's on it, and I'm going to go ahead and grab some white and mix it back into the first brown we made and bring up that tone a bit to lighten it up a bit. So I'm going to bring that tone in and make kind of a lighter brown color here. And you can see, like I said before, I like to roll the brush in my hands to make sure that it's even all the way around. And then I'm going to put this swatch right beside the color that it started from, so the deeper brown here. Next I'm going to grab some blue and I'm just going to mix it between all three of these browns here. And then I'm going to add a bit more red and a bit more blue and mix up this tone here. And I'm also going to add a bit of black to my palette at this point because I really want to darken the colors a little bit, and they'll only get so dark on their own without adding black. So now I'm going to make 2 more swatches, and both of these next swatches are going to be a deeper deeper tones, deeper browns than the ones before. This one's still a more plummy brown, more on the blue side. So I'm just going to make a swatch of that here. You can see that it's nice and dark compared to the rest. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red to it. And my last swatch will be more of a warm tone, deep brown here. And we'll just grab that and do our last little swatch here. And yeah, those are all of my swatches. So as you can see, you have 3 different kind of families of skin tones, and they are all derived from just using the 3 primary colors and white and black, which I think is just really awesome. So you don't need to worry about having all the colors under the rainbow because you know that you can mix them. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tutorials and art related content. I hope you guys learned something today, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.